DocTalk is brought to you by Merck Animal Health. At Merck Animal Health, we're shaping the future of animal health with pioneering science, connected technology, and insights-driven solutions to bring our customers an unparalleled portfolio of choices to improve cattle care and operational efficiency. We support you and your legacy by helping you meet the challenges of today with the innovations of tomorrow.
Folks, thanks for joining us today at DocTalk. We're in Nashville, Tennessee. We got Dr. Jessica Fink. We are going to be talking about technology, cow-calf technology in the feedlot, and much more. It's going to be a great show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
They're here, they're hungry, and they can't be stopped with ivermectin. Choose Safeguard when you deworm your cattle to take out resistant parasites like brown stomach worm, Cooperia, Nematodirus, and others. With Safeguard's efficacy, you can kill more resistant worms in your cattle, so you don't leave potential on the table. Consult your veterinarian for the diagnosis and treatment of parasitism. Then bite back at safeguardworks.com.
Folks, welcome to DocTalk. I am in Nashville, Tennessee. We're at the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. We're shooting some shows, and Dr. Jessica Fink is here. She is with Merck Animal Health. She's the Associate Director of Animal Monitoring Technology, and basically that means SenseHub.
Correct.
And other technologies that Merck Animal Health has. But tell me what your role is then with Merck.
Yes, so I lead our after-sales support team. We work primarily with beef monitoring systems, our SenseHub Cow-Calf, and our SenseHub feedlot systems. And our main goal is to make sure that once producers receive the product and they install it, that they understand what they bought and they understand what the system's telling them and what the data means, so that they can make those most informed decisions for their operations.
Sure. And so, it's amazing to me how fast we've grown in the technology space, and how fast, and Merck's platforms have just been absolutely great, and things that but let's start out with the adaptation of SenseHub in the cow-calf space.
Yeah, so SenseHub Cow-Calf, it's really just grown exponentially. Producers really understand the value from heat detection and what that technology offers. And they can wrap their minds around it and know that they're getting the help they need, because they can't keep their eyes on their animals 24/7. Right. And so when they're wearing this monitoring technology, they have that extra sense of security. And a lot of them have jobs in town. Yeah. And so it's one of those things, if they have jobs in town, the cattle sometimes are their afterthought or just what they check on at night. And so this gives them an idea of when they're riding, when their cattle are in heat, so that they can talk to their veterinarian and make those informed decisions on when to breed them.
Yeah. And I think, of all the technologies that have been out there that we see or work with in practice, this SenseHub Cow-Calf has been, it works. I was just absolutely blown away at some of the results that we'd seen in some of the AI, and but finding cows that are in estrus, this thing finds them.
It does, and it uses the animal. It uses their activity and their rumination, and it runs through an algorithm, but it uses the animal to tell you when they are in heat. And so that's what's really neat about it, is the animals can't lie. And so that
is what Dr. Wise Burroughs used to say all the time in research, that we do the research and the technology because cattle don't lie. Mm-hmm. That's right. Maybe people do, but cattle don't.
Well, and sometimes your eyes can like you see something, but is it real? Yeah. You don't know, but when you have a technology that's monitoring this, then you can parse out whether it's real or not.
And the thing about technology is it doesn't take any time off, and it's never tired.
Right.
And so the things that we have, other things going on in our lives that we miss, it doesn't.
That's right.
And it tells us.
Yep.
It's incredible. Great technology, Merck Animal Health, SenseHub. When we come back, we'll talk about how to set up cow-calf SenseHub and what they're doing in the field to help get your cows bred. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Sydney Tuckwiller, and I'm a territory manager at Neogen. Today we will be discussing taking a tissue sample to send in for DNA analysis. Taking a tissue sample is as easy as tagging a calf. Taking a DNA sample for analysis is designed to be as easy and convenient for the producer as possible. Samples can be taken as a hair, blood, or tissue sample, but tissue sampling units are the recommended method. Here are 4 easy steps to collect a sample on your operation. First, choose which sample type works best for you. Second, order your sampling equipment, whether it's a TSU applicator, TSU tubes, blood cards, or hair cards. Then, collect the samples and send to either your respective association or directly to the Neogen laboratory, which works with more than 60 different associations. DNA will process for an average of 3 weeks, and then you will receive your results. You can collect samples at any time, but it is recommended to take them sooner, such as around birth, to allow time for the samples to be shipped to the lab and results to come back soon enough to have time to make decisions using the results. Genomics is an accessible technology that plays a pivotal role in cattle production to enhance genetic progress in a herd.
Thanks for watching Cattle Intel by Neogen.
Are you a cattle feeder looking to manage for a stronger and more profitable set of cattle? Look no further than Igenity Feeder. Igenity Feeder utilizes DNA to gain insight into your cattle's genomic potential, with the information to predict performance, quality, and economic endpoints for cattle feeders. Animals are scored and ranked in a simple format, driving more precise and accurate management decisions. Igenity Feeder gives you the power to predict days on feed, manage variability within lots, characterize carcass performance, and focus on metrics important to you and your operation. With the data provided, you will identify superior animals earlier and maintain high operational efficiency. Maximize your profit and optimize performance with Igenity Feeder.
When the ones who have your heart need your help, count on us for everything they deserve, delivered fast. We'll work hard for you so you can work hard for your dreams.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson, and we're in Nashville, Tennessee with Dr. Jessica Fink. She is the Associate Director of Animal Monitoring at Merck Animal Health. Lots of technology, and we see a lot of technology in that, but one that I've been very, very fortunate to work with from the beginning of SenseHub, back before it was SenseHub, is this product. And so talk to us a little bit about the process of, okay, I decide I'm going to use SenseHub in my herd. What are kind of some of the steps that a producer has to go through?
So ideally, the producer would have some forethought into when he wants to breed his cattle. And you got to back that up because it takes some time. So once you don't just receive it and it starts working, you have to, once you receive the product, you've got to install it. And then once you install it, the cattle need about 2 weeks to baseline. So once you install it, then you have to get your cattle tagged and get that system running so that the system can start learning your cattle. And it's on an individual basis because all animals are different. Yeah. And then you'll start seeing the trends. And once you have that 2-week baseline, then you can really start depending on that heat alert when it sends you that.
How does it tell me this? So I'm sitting at the house and I'm picturing different moving parts and technology, technophobia sets in, yep. Right? So how easy is it to use?
So it's very easy depending on what your level of comfort is. If you want to use your computer, if you want to sit at the house at your office and look at your computer, we have a platform that works on your desktop or your laptop. And then we also have an app for your phone. Okay. So if you go on vacation, you can still be checking everything. So it just depends on what you're most comfortable with. Both platforms show you the exact same information. What the system's looking at is the animal's activity and rumination. And then adds on that heat behavior. And whenever you see that increase in activity and that drop in rumination, typically you'll have a spike in heat behavior. And that is what really tells you when that animal's in heat.
I'm sitting there thinking, just leave your phone at home when you go on vacation. You don't need to be sitting there at supper with your wife in the Caribbean and say, "Oh,
I've got a cow in heat."
432's in heat.
Yes. Yeah. She may not appreciate that as much, but maybe your farm manager at home or whoever you left in charge.
Just turn the app off, right?
Appreciate that.
But yeah, it seems like, do some planning, easy to use, easy to comprehend, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we have a range of people from young, straight out of college to very experienced veterinarians that are using it. Some have flip phones. And so clearly their objective is to use the laptop version. But we range in level of expertise. So really anyone can use the technology.
I'm very thankful that you said experienced veterinarians. She didn't call us old fellas and women. But anyway, great information. Cow-Calf SenseHub, fantastic product, and we use a lot. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll switch gears into the feed yard with Dr. Jessica Fink.
In a world where every
cattle business hinges on a lot of different people playing their part, from the vet to the cowboy and the nutritionist to the feed truck driver, you rely on them to get their job done right, and so do your cattle. Your expectations for the vaccines you use should be no different. Bimeta's cattle vaccines were developed and are made and sold by men and women in the cattle business. No smoke and mirrors, just real-world protection that you can rely on. Go to bimetabiologicals.com to learn more.
In the livestock industry, castration is a common practice to ensure proper herd management. All methods are painful, regardless of the age of the animal. At Solvit, we could not ignore the clear industry need for better castration solutions. So we developed LidoBand, a novel lidocaine-impregnated elastrator, addressing the pain associated with band castration. It provides local anesthesia throughout the castration process. LidoBand, a small device that can make a big difference.
When the ones who have your heart need your help, count on us for everything they deserve, delivered fast. We'll work hard for you so you can work hard for your dreams.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson. I'm here with Dr. Jessica Fink. We're at Nashville at the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, where I got to pry Dr. Fink away from some of her duties, which she is very, very busy across the United States working on technology. She does so much within the beef industry, from meat science to in the field work with ranches and feedlots, and now she's the associate director of animal monitoring technology at Merck Animal Health, and big job. And it's a lot of practical things. We hear of AI and we get scared, or we don't know what it is, or we don't even know where to start.
Right.
We want to do it, but but now we've evolved the SenseHub, from the cow-calf into the feed yard for early detection of disease, right?
Mm-hmm. We do. And so, like you said, with all technology, there's that adoption phase, and getting people comfortable with it has been a challenge, and getting them to trust technology when they've always done it with their eyes.
Yeah.
And so that's what's really neat about this technology is it's purely for detecting those outlier cattle, whether it's for BRD or lameness, whatever it is, it's just looking for those outliers so that you can physically put your eye on those cattle and determine what is going on. So that's what's really neat about it is it helps you pick out which ones need to have some extra attention.
We've used it a lot in feed yards, and it goes back to I read an article in the Wall Street Journal where they compared an MD versus a bot, AI bot, versus an MD with the AI bot. on their ability to diagnose the proper diseases and treat the proper diseases in humans, their human cases. The MD alone was 74% of the time right. The bot was right 94% of the time. And the bot with the MD was right 75% of the time. And the reason is the human ego wouldn't let the bot be right.
That's right.
And so when you adopt these technologies, you're going to go through this.
Absolutely.
You're going to say, well, that one I know for sure is sick. And I'm going to tell you right now, that one for sure is ugly, but it's not sick, right? That's what the bot will tell you. And that's what we have to be able to sort out.
It does. It helps sort out that human bias factor. And a lot of times with this, because it is early detection, these cattle don't look sick. So you as the pen rider don't want to go in and pull that animal because you wouldn't have pulled him normally.
Right.
But the system's telling you something's going on. His activity is decreased. And so pull the animal, let's treat him and get ahead of the game. So when he does look that sick, you're not already behind.
Yeah. And I think that when we see this, and I think you bring up a good point. One, it's not going to replace your job.
Oh, absolutely.
Matter of
that
fact,
is not the goal.
Just because we have a baby monitor doesn't mean we don't need a mother. Right?
Right.
So it just makes you more effective at finding the cattle. Mm-hmm. It's when they get to the chute and clinical evaluation and physical examination is when you learn what is actually wrong with them.
Absolutely.
The machine's just telling you something ain't right.
Exactly. That is
Go
the
get
sole
this
purpose.
one and then bring it up and check it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I mean, cowboys are looking at so many cattle every day. And so this is just helping them find those ones that might not look sick.
Yep.
But something's wrong.
Yep. It's a great tool. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up. You're watching DocTalk. We're glad you joined us.
When it comes to treating BRD, you want a product that you can count on to get the job done at an affordable price. Macrocin by Bimeda delivers on both. A straight-shooting, no BS tulathromycin that does what it's supposed to do. End of story. You don't need to take our word for it, though. Go to macrocin.com for customer testimonials and head-to-head trial results. For your cattle and your bottom line, choose Macrocin.
Time is money on the farm, and your cows are less productive when they're stressed. The Alertus on-farm test from IDEX allows you to quickly test cowside and identify open or pregnant cows within minutes on your schedule in the parlor, barn, or chute. It's more efficient for your farm, very simple to use, and puts you in control. With minimal training and reliable, fast results, sample-based pregnancy testing is better for beef and dairy producers. Learn more at idex.com/DocTalk.
You're going to get in stalker cattle, and it's hard to find enough of them from just one source. So you're mixing them all together. It's like the first day of kindergarten. I mean, your kids come home sick, and same way with these cattle. It's very stressful for them. They're usually eating a different ration than they're used to, and they're around different friends that they have never seen before. You know, it seems like whether you're raising smaller cattle or stalker cattle or starting cattle or at a feedlot, our problems are still similar. It seems like it's BRD or pneumonia, the worst problem we have, or the most costly problem. And in my experience, Amplimune can be used at any time during that period to stimulate immunity and decrease inflammation.
When you spot BRD in your cattle, that's your golden opportunity to target infection and its associated fever with a single dose of Resflor Gold, the industry standard dual therapy. To learn more, talk to your Merck Animal Health rep or your vet and see label at resflorgold.com. Animals intended for human consumption must not be slaughtered within 38 days of treatment. This product is not approved for use in female dairy cattle 20 months of age or older, including dry dairy cows.
When the ones who have your heart need your help, count on us for everything they deserve, delivered fast. We'll work hard for you so you can work hard for your dreams.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. Dr. Dan Thomson with Dr. Jessica Fink, and we're having a great time. we're down in Nashville, and we're at the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, and Dr. Fink took some time off to come over here and be on the show, and we're very thankful. She's the Associate Director of Animal Technology at Merck Animal Health. It's a big job and lots of things going on, but SenseHub Feed Yard is something that we work with on a day-to-day basis in yards for early identification of BRD or anything else. Because treating foot rot early is just as important as treating BRD early or pink eye early or whatever. Early disease detection equals better treatment response. Period. So how does this thing, I mean, you have tags and it's measuring rumination or body temp or behavior. How does it kind of say this one's not right?
So it's really, the tag is looking for, so again, this tag also has to baseline. So it takes about 3 days for the animal, for it to understand the animal's daily patterns, whether it's going to the feed bunk or lying, standing, all of the different behaviors of the animal. And so after that 3 days, it learns the animal's routine. Okay. What's normal, it learns when that pen rider comes in and moves them around, like it learns the animal, right? And so that tag, it takes that information and it compares it against itself. And the animal against itself. And it's looking for any differences. Did that animal take less steps today? Was the activity, what was going on? So, or did the activity take off? And something's really wrong with it. Something's going on and it is not comfortable and it's moving so much more than it was. So it's really looking for any kind of outliers or differences from that animal's what it baselined as normal behavior.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we can all relate to that, if you get sick or get punky, the calf stands in the corner. And so we have considerably, it's not going to the feed bunk. And so it has a considerably decreased activity. Also, what you were saying, if it gets a peritonitis or something in the abdomen that's causing pain, it may be kicking at its belly, it may be walking, its activity may be, much higher that we need to get that animal in. But anyway, when it has those big swags of behavior difference, we got to take a look at them.
Right, and that's what the tag does, is it says, hey, and it has a light on it. So it's very helpful in saying, hey, it's flashing when that pen rider's coming through, and it's saying, hey, look at this one, let's take it to the chute and see what's really going on.
And again, this one, like the SenseHub Cow-Calf, you can get a message sent to you that these calves in this pen are.
Yep, so every morning that feed yard manager or whoever you want to receive that pull list will go through. I think you can generate it at whatever time, but and it will email it to you, and then it will be on your dashboard. It could be on your phone, and you can see how many animals have been alerted for you to go look at, and that's how. And you can make some decisions on where you're going to allocate your labor resources that day. If you have 60 on the list, it's maybe you need more pen riders, or if you had 10 on the list.
Yeah.
So,
well, I like that, the ability to direct your workforce where it's needed.
Absolutely.
And not just going through the motions. It's great. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. It was a pleasure. And it's great technology. Remember, if you want to find us on the web, you can find us at www.doctalktv.com. Always work with your local veterinarian. With Dr. Jessica Fink, I'm Dr. Dan Thomson in Nashville, Tennessee, and we'll see you down the road.
At Merck Animal Health, we support you and your legacy by helping you meet the challenges of today with the innovations of tomorrow.
Feedlot IQ fits the way your operation actually runs. It helps you prepare for whatever comes next.